I'm Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football, where I break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. And today we're doing Wolves against Ipswich. Wolves are a funny old team. I think they're in a bit of a... I think they're going to go down. I hear this as well, and you all doing football. There's a lot of people that say this. They're too good to go down. That's never a thing. Teams can still go down. They can still be good teams and don't deserve it, and they can still go down in the Premier League because it's a tough old league. And I'm going to show you a classic example right here in this first goal of when teams are just trying too hard, but you know what? It's written in the stars that you're going to go down, so that's what it looks like it's going to happen. Right, first off as well, this is like a little bad first touch here as we go through. It's bad first touch and it skips up. Now we're in a 1v1 fight. And basically, the Wolves defender is kind of doing the right thing. He's trying to slow him down, but then he gets caught up a little bit too far on, okay? So he's trying to body the player, make it difficult for him, and that's what he does. As they're getting close down to the 18-yard box, he's doing a really good job defending here, but when he gets inside the 18-yard box, this is where it all breaks down. This is where the lack of quality of being able to defend at this level just shows. So think of his mindset. He wants to shut the player down. He wants to run alongside him, give him hell, basically, and that's what he's doing. He also wants to win the football. That's the important part. And he does a great job slowing him down, and when he gets the opportunity to win the ball, he completely and utterly forgets about it and carries on doing what he was doing, which was fighting with the player. Let me just show you that. Let me move it forward for you. So here we are now. He's in the box. He's slowed him down. He's got him some cover coming in behind him, doing not a bad job, holding him up. This is where he loses it, right here. There he goes. He's too busy trying to fight the player and forgets that he just gets the ball played straight past him. If he's a little bit more switched on there, he probably gets the football and he stops fighting with the player. That's one of those things, I've seen it, you've seen it. Players are too busy fighting with each other, and one player focuses on the football, the other player doesn't, and the player that doesn't just gets beaten. It's not over there, though, because this is a horrific goal, but this basically complements the whole of Wolves' season of when it's in the stars, you go down, you're going down. He gets a scuff ball across the box, and you're thinking it's just a tap-in, it's an easy goal. But Ipswich managed to screw it up. They're like, no, we're not going to actually just put it into the goal here. He has a little bit of a touch, bob, and it skips off him, and it's a terrible first touch. And now, if you're going for Wolves, you're like, yeah, Wolvesy, we've got a bit of luck. Yes, he's completely and utterly missed an open goal. Should have had that. Now we can defend, and we can actually do something. Try to save this, because we're going to be 1-0 down pretty quickly. Here comes the keeper charging out. Massive error, massive mistake. And the Ipswich striker just goes straight past him like he's not there. Just makes it too easy for him. Just goes past him. Yep, completely out of the goal. Easy, tap in. I'm not going to miss the second one. Definitely, I'm going to get this time. There's enough Wolves players back, though. They're fighting hard. You can't say that they're not fighting hard and they're trying for the badge. They are. Just the quality just is. Well, it is there. I don't know. Sometimes you're just missing the X factor. You can't necessarily put your finger on it. Why the team isn't doing well? It just isn't. So all of a sudden, as this little shot, bomb defended off the line, can't go in. Nothing bad can happen. Brilliant. Well done. Drops to the top of the 18-yard box. No Wolves players really got time to react or do anything different than they're doing. It's not like they could pressure the ball or covered or done anything different. They're all just where they are. But I do think it's hilarious that they managed to crowd their own goalkeeper. That's kind of funny. He's all over the place here. But then it's just a shot. And because, they're destined to go down, when he has a shot, bosh, and it just goes into the back of the net box. Ricochet. What's the chances? 4 players inside of the 6-yard box and a goalkeeper, and you manage to put it into your own net. That's just completely and utterly unlucky. What do you do, eh? What do you do? Bit of a foul in the midfield area here. Ref says play on. Off they go on a bit of a counter-attack. There's not really much going on here. I mean, they've got a lot of work to do, but they're off into the space. But Wolves does. They do have numbers up. And there's no real pressure from Ipswich on the ball. They really can't go here because if he starts moving towards that ball, there's absolutely acres worth of space back there. And there's only one guy covering for him. And there's loads of people waiting to slot it into the net box. So he's got to hold him. He's got to wait his time and just see what he does. Just see if he can get close enough to make a tackle, make a challenge or do anything. He doesn't do anything. Lung-busting run from the Wolves player, though, in behind with another player tracking here. Doesn't get close enough to the Wolvesy player. This space is still open for him to run into, and he just puts the ball into it and says, go on, mate, have yourself a go at goal. They're looking for the offside flag. They're not going to get it. And this is just, honestly, I think it takes a deflection here. When you see this strike, I think, watch, bomb, I don't know if that's just straight in clean. That's quality strike. It really is a good finish. I don't know if it takes a deflection. I've looked from a couple of other little angles and I haven't seen it. But speaking of other angles, I want to show you the reverse angle of that defender backing away just a little bit too much. Here he is. He's not close enough. He can't really make a challenge, and he's just been rolled in behind. Yeah, I think he could have got a little bit close. There is that distance I talk about all the time when you're too far away because you're trying to cover the space behind, but you're not close enough to put any pressure onto the ball, and you're just in no man's land. So they can either go behind you or just do what they want because you haven't made a decision. Sometimes as a defender, when you make a decision, the striker's not ready for it, and they make a mistake. It's not the case here. He doesn't make a decision, the defender. Just kind of hopes the striker's going to mess up, and he doesn't. But there we go. Here we go, though. We know what's about to happen. Someone's got their arm up, telling someone what to do in the Premier League. In the next 5 seconds, someone's going to score a goal. And that's exactly what happens. But also, when you look at this corner here, where you've got this zone of players and a zone of players running in. Now, remember, the players running in always have the advantage over the player stood still, because the player stood still can't get any leverage in height on their jump. It's ludicrous to me that, look, I understand the zonal marking. I've been there, coached it, done it, but they're not doing it correctly. They don't know what they're doing quite anywhere near here. You've got to be bodied up on some of these players, and you can still do your zones, but this is just too easy, because if there's a quality delivery, which there is here, you're just going to be beaten. Just any player running, you're just going to beat you in the air. And remember, if they don't run and they just stand still like this, and that's where the delivery goes, and he gets it in the goal, all your standing still zoning marking makes no difference whatsoever, and it's really, really stupid. So all of a sudden, when this guy gets up, jumps up, 2 players from Wolves, nowhere near him, and he just basically gets a free header to knock it into the net box. It's too easy. You need to be better, Wolves. Just be better. Into the net box, 2-1. They might have sacked the manager there, and we'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.